How's it going, everyone? KayneHunterTaker here, and welcome back to an episode of Kayne's Hideout. Definitely due for another episode. It's been a while since my last one, and seems to be a common theme. Every time I film an episode, it takes longer to do another one. And it's mainly because I kind of chopped up a bit of the stuff out of Hideout, and I've put it into other videos now. Kayne Files is a series where I, during the month, I'll film a few videos and then I'd compile that in for the month. And also another one as well. I kind of want to trim this down a little bit. I kind of crammed a lot of stuff in, and originally it wasn't about that. It was just things that I was really kind of interested to talk about instead of every little thing that I've been doing. So I wanted to kind of trim that down a little bit, and like with new games and everything, instead of doing it here and then it takes months to even do an episode, I've put it into Kayne Games, where those vlog series videos of me going on a retro video game trip or just picking up new games in general, I'd put it in that video, and that's what I'm going to do from now on for that. But I've got a few games in this pile, but just ones that I really want to talk about instead of just, oh yeah, I played this game, it's alright, that kind of thing, and not make this such a what's the term? Dragging it out, pretty much. So just the things that I really want to talk about, and yeah, let's get to it, hey? Tell you what we've got to kick off with. It finally happened back in June. Got COVID. Finally got me. I couldn't believe it. It was just, everything seemed okay. Me and Luke went to, spoiler alert, went to Supanova this year, and I'll talk about that after this. And yeah, I was fine that week, and then it was right until the following Sunday, so Supanova, and then a week later, that Sunday, I was cooking dinner, and suddenly I just felt very like, it just kind of swept over me, and I just didn't feel, too hot. I was just very, I was playing up dinner and saying to Luke and Mum, I'm like, I really don't feel too good right about now, and I thought I was just tired, and just because I think that day, no, it was the Saturday, so I think I may have been doing something, I can't remember, and then I was like, oh yeah, time to start dinner, and yeah, I was very and then the next morning I just felt very ick and had a shower, and I was really coughing my guts out, and then I took a test, bing, lit up like a Christmas tree. And yeah, I was saying to people at work when I healed up and I got back to work, it just kind of hit me, and I understand what people were saying now. You don't notice it. It's not like a cold. It doesn't just build up. It just boom hits you like that, and jeez, did it hit me. And I didn't do too bad. I had a week off work. Yay, gaming time. I watched a shit ton of movies, just catching up on some stuff, and yeah, the actual COVID itself was fine. That didn't hit me. Tonsils flared up really badly. I think it was the worst my tonsils had ever felt. It was like swallowing hot molten lava. Ugh, I couldn't take it. And well, without saying that, I mean, I handled it okay, but the aftermath was the worst bit for me. Just rusty lung, constantly getting into coughing fits, and yeah, that was the worst bit for me. Having COVID for the week, I'd rather have that again than the aftermath, but all good now since then. Been a few months later, and yeah, it didn't beat me. Then I felt like shit because then Mum got infected, and then Luke got infected. I'm like, I'm sorry. And I wouldn't mind, Luke's had it twice now, so yeah, it doesn't care. I had the impression that once you had it, you had your immunity, but he got it, but not as bad this time. He definitely did a lot better than last time. Let's talk about Supanova next. Me and Luke had such a great time. The last time we went to a Supanova was back in 2011, during me and Luke's college days, and we liked it, but it just felt very, I don't know. It was kind of like we were a bit lost. It just didn't feel very... It didn't feel inviting. No, that's not what I want to say. It just didn't feel very organised. It felt like it was such a bother of all of us being there, and the crew running the thing. It just seemed like they were always annoyed. But Yeah, with Comic Con coming, that was a big thing for me and Luke every year. Then that got cancelled for Perth. They didn't want to come back, and funny enough, they have come back, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not going back to you anymore, traders. But I said to Luke, I think it must have, because the beginning of the year was just kind of just with work and things happening. I said to Luke, you know what? I want a weekend off. I want to go to Supanova, and he was on board for it too. And I said, I'll tell you what, if we can get the time off, we will plan for it and go. And yeah, work give it to us off. We were so happy, and yeah, we went to Supanova, went both days, and had a great time. And yeah, just talking about my Kayne files, for that month I was filming, trying to find some comics, because as the day was kind of getting closer, I was starting to get more pumped. Oh, I want to meet some people and get some autographs. And the big name for us was Kevin Eastman, co-creator of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I thought, oh, we got to get something signed from him. And yeah, I did. I got him to sign my Casey Jones mask. And a lot of the other crew there who worked on Ninja Turtle stuff, I got them all to sign it. It was a really cool lineup, because it was very Ninja Turtles based. So yeah, Jamie Johnson, Freddie Williams, got him to sign my other Ninja Turtle Batman comics. And I did a whole vlog on the whole weekend, and then me and Luke did a Double Troubling episode on it. So it's all there, what we got signed and what we had fun with. And I can't remember the other guy's name, Joe something, but yeah, look. So we went on I was going to say I'll show what Kevin Eastman did, but so the first day there, Luke was a little bit, I don't want to get too much, I just want to test the waters, because we'd never got anything signed or met any celebs when we went to Supanova the previous time, and I thought we'll just get our feet wet. It's been a few years since we've done any conventions, and after the first day, Luke's like, I want to get more signed now. So then we went back the second day and got Kevin to sign more stuff, and I actually got him to sign my the Best of Casey Jones comic. That really nice. It's got the yellow page and then it's just the mask. And what else did I get him to? I got 2 things signed. Ronin. I got him to sign my Ronin. And then as we were buying the tokens, they had this really cool retro poster of the Ninja Turtles, and it was commissioned by Kevin, and if you bought that, you got an autograph with it, so I got him to sign that as well. And then I thought the next day, why didn't I bring my mask? So the next day I thought I want him to get him to sign it and get all the Ninja Turtle crews to sign it as well. So I've got an heirloom now. This goes to me with my grave. And yeah, he did a little Casey Jones what do they call it? Remark? Can't remember now. And yeah, he also did blood splatter. He didn't have to, but that was so cool. And it was so awesome. It was so chill. And when I was getting my Casey Jones comics signed, he's like, let me guess, you're a fan of Casey Jones? I'm like, yeah, he's my favourite character. And my favourite turtle is Michelangelo, but I told him I just love Casey Jones so much. And when I come back the second day and he did that for me, and it was so cool. And yeah, it was really, really awesome. Felt really bad because, I mean, he was a rock star. The line was just almost becoming 2 lines, and so me and Luke were lining up, and it took about an hour to get to the front and get him to sign our stuff. And one of the I think may have been not a second in charge, but he was definitely a higher rank. He come up to us, and I said to Luke as he was approaching, oh no, this doesn't look good, this looks like a cut-off. And yeah, he approached us with a couple of other workers, and he was saying, I hate to do this to you, everyone. Kevin, he's working very hard, he wants to take his time, have a chat with everyone. We might have to cut the line because he's got to go on his lunch break soon, and then has a photo shoot after. And we were like, oh no. But in the end, because they were going to say, look, we're going to give you all coupons, so come back later, get your place in line, and yada yada. And me and Luke are like, oh yeah, that's, if it happens, it happens. But no, Kevin kept going through his lunch break. Me and Luke finally got up to him and just saying how awesome it is to be here, and thank you for coming. And me and Luke were like, no, thank you, and sorry we're interrupting your lunch break. And he's like, no, that's fine, don't worry. He was so cool. So if any of you have a chance to meet Kevin, go meet him. He's really awesome. And we also got a picture too, and I'm holding my mask while we're there, and we're like chummy chum. So very cool. Okay, I finally worked on another model kit. Whoa, Grey Mine, a really cool one. Every model kit I build, I feel like it's my new favourite one. I have such a great time building these, and I wish there was more companies getting on board. I would love if Resident Evil did one. It would be really awesome. Just, if I remember my first one, it was Piccolo actually. You probably see Piccolo next to Zombie Ed, yeah. And then I did Android 18, funny enough, she's right underneath. And then I've got Super Saiyan 4 Goku over there, and a few other ones I've built. And I just have such a great time, and I love filming them, like recording it. And I have done a Kayne's vlog building this one. I just yet to edit and upload it, because I've been very big on trying to edit Cyberpunk and get that all uploaded. So yeah, we had a lot of fun with that one. Actually, just while on the subject of Cyberpunk, my channel's very Cyberpunk for the last few months, and going to be the next few, because I'm almost finished editing the playthrough. And yeah, I'm trying to get into a situation where I'm not recording playthroughs and then just leaving them on the shelf for later to edit. And I've got a few more games I need to edit, and so Cyberpunk's almost done, and I'm having such a great time editing now. I'm just I don't know what it is with that game. I was not really big on wanting to record it, and yeah, I actually really had fun recording it. And when I reached the end, it was like the final, this is it, if you go ahead you won't be able to come back, this is it, the final game. And that's session 17 of 22, 16 I think, if I can recall. And yeah, I wasn't done, I wanted to play more. And then once I finally was satisfied, I thought I would do the ending. And yeah, so that's going to be very heavy on Cyberpunk, my channel, for the next few months. And I've also got to do my third playthrough of Resident Evil Village. I did last year with the lightsaber. Had a really fun with that. And then the Shadows of Rose DLC. I did the Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath, and then redid all the classic towers, because I just finally got over that hum. Just stop being so moody with Mortal Kombat 11. And you love Mortal Kombat, why are you being so salty? I'm telling myself. And Resident Evil 4 Remake, I need to edit. And there was another thing as well that I did. Perseverance. I need to get back into that. I still need to do episode 2 and 3. Might do that sometime this week, and I don't know why I'm saying that, because I always forget. And so yeah, what I want to do is then have no playthroughs on back burner. Once I record a session, I'm going to edit that session and avoid, 2 years down the line, I'm finally editing a playthrough that I played 2 years ago. And yeah, hopefully at some point I've got some holiday coming up. I'll probably spend a big chunk of that just finally getting it all edited and uploaded. And once I've edited and uploaded all my playthroughs I've got on hold, I really want to get back into figure combat. I've been working the last few months just tweaking what I want for that series, because I should elaborate. 2 years ago I recorded a tournament series of videos of all these figures that I've put into combat, and using dice to determine who's the winner, crowning a figure combat champion. And as I've been sort of tweaking it a little bit, I've decided, instead of having a tournament every year, I wouldn't mind having sort of like a weekly or fortnightly based series. And it's mainly to kind of fill an empty void, because I used to love recording a series called Collector's Zone Hall, where I go to my comic shop, well, not my comic shop, but the comic shop that's local to me, every fortnight, and get a load of comics and figures. And I'd then on that night record a video of what I picked up and what I've read. And it was just, that was like my, my, what's that, like your favourite TV show you watch for years and years, every season. And that's what the Collector's Zone Hall was for me. And once I ended that at episode 100, I was kind of missing that. And yeah, I thought, wow, figure combat, how can I get that into a format like that. And I thought, well, I just won't have the tournament. I'll just have the champion defending his title every week. And yeah, I've gone with that idea, and I've also edited the dice. Well, not edited, but tweaked the dice as well. Instead of doing it the complicated way that I had, and I was often forgetting, some of the rolls. Instead of just having, a health die, attack, defense, yada yada, just grab all 7 dice and roll them out for each figure, and whoever's dice is compared. So compare the dice. So if the D6 of this one is higher and this one's low, well, that dice wins, and then tally up who has the most dice that have the higher roll wins the round. And I thought, why didn't I think of that? Made it a bit too complicated. So yeah, I'm really excited to bring that back up. But once I've sort of caught up a little bit with my playthroughs, and I've in a comfortable situation of not having everything backed up, I want to boot that up again. And yeah, really looking forward to it. And on that subject, funny enough, I have started a new series called the Resident Evil Federation. Spoiler alert, I'm going to talk about it later. I finally picked up AEW Fight Forever, and yeah, I wanted to start a new universe. I was originally going to bring my Bloody Knuckle Society crew into the game, but very bare creation suite, and I was struggling to kind of make different wrestlers. So one day I was just going through the creation suite, and I saw a hairstyle, and I just thought of Jill Valentine immediately. So I thought, oh, I'll make Jill Valentine. Sorry, I just kicked my camera, didn't mean that. And originally I did try to make a new wrestler and just a whole new universe, and that was for the Road to Elite, but I'll talk about that later. So I made Jill Valentine. I thought, I'll make another one. Made Chris Redfield. I'll see if I can make another one. And eventually I made enough to record an episode and crown the champion, and filmed my debut episode, and I was really happy with how it turned out. So I've actually kicked that off. So this week, I'm recording this on the 4th of September. I'm going to record the next episode and yeah, have the champion defend the title. And yeah, so I'm happy with that. I got a new thing going, and I just really wanted to do something crazy, not crazy, but just fun, because I've got my Bloody Knuckle Society series, but that's that's very personal, serious. Yeah, I really want to make it professional, if that makes sense. And yeah, with Resident Evil Federation, no, just get the wrestlers in there. Oh, they're getting thrown all over the place. Oh, Jill Valentine's kicking Barry's ass. And yeah, I just had a lot of fun that night. And yeah, I'm going to keep them short as well, which is, record on the night, get it uploaded the same night. And yeah, that's kind of my Collector Zone haul fill for now, where now I finally got something to, right, on Saturday, I'm looking forward to eventually that day arrives and I can record the next episode. So yeah, got that series kicking off, and eventually I'll get figure combat going, and looking forward to it. And when AEW eventually release a patch to put more in the creation suite, I'll be able to make more characters. Alright, it's going to be very Resident Evil the next couple of topics. So, Resident Evil the board game, yep, finally arrived, and the day that it was teased when got the Resident Evil 3 the board game, I was like, oh, I can't wait, I'm all in once that Kickstarter goes live, and it did, and now we're here, got the board game, recorded a series of unboxing videos, going through all the expansions and all that stuff, and I'm currently editing that now, and yeah, that'll be uploaded very soon, hopefully. And yeah, I'm very happy. And they did announce Resident Evil 4, the board game, but I'm happy where I am. Got the first 3 games, or the trilogy, and I'm happy where that is. I'm not going to worry about Resident Evil 4. And I tell you what, we still need to finish playing through Resident Evil 2. Me and Luke and Dad have been chipping away at the scenarios. I think we're on scenario 7 or 6. I can't actually remember. It's just life gets busy, so once we have a day where it's like, oh, we fancy either playing a video game together or maybe a board game, and then we do Resident Evil 2 the board game, so we need to eventually beat that. The thing that we love the most is painting the miniatures, and we're almost finished with the 2 board game. I think we cracked on a little bit with Resident Evil 3, and I'm not going to stress about number 1 until we caught up with the rest. And yeah, that's a day, well, not a day, but it's like one of those things where you got to feel for the painting, and 1 month would be just all painting, but for now we're kind of not really in the the painting mood as of yet. But yeah, looking forward to getting into more. Like I was saying earlier, got some holiday coming up, so I'll probably be doing some painting then. I finally got to watching Resident Evil Death Island, and I loved it. I am so happy we finally, well, Barry was missing, but hopefully the next animated movie, we finally got the crew in one room. And just, it sounds so dumb for me to say that it means so much to me to see them all in the one room, but I've been a big Resident Evil fan since 96, when I nearly had a heart attack when 6-year-old me was watching Dad play and just being scared to death. But even though I was too scared to play the games, I still loved the characters like Jill, Chris, Barry, Leon, Claire, Rebecca, yada yada, and to see them all finally in one room in that movie just really made me happy. Almost a little tear going down my face, and yeah, that was a really awesome movie. Loved it, and I'm looking forward to the nenext animated one. Now, I can't remember if I talked about Resident Evil 4 Remake in the last episode. I think I did, because normally I write down on my tablet started a game, but I just literally read Resident Evil 4 Remake, so I think I may have finished it in Ep 10. And this episode, I think I'm just going through the game and trying to get all the trophies, if I have that right. And just in case I didn't talk about the game, I had a really great time with the game, but there was a few things I would change. And yeah, at the end of the day, I really had fun with it, and I'm just going through unlocking everything, and I'm still not... I kind of burned myself out a little bit because I was doing all the little things, but I'm still yet to do the... Is it the hardcore or the nightmare? I can't recall. It's the hardest difficulty, but you got to do it in under 15 saves in 5.5 hours to get an S+. It's very intense, and I'm kind of bummed. I wish, because it's such a lengthy game, to have such a task like that. I mean, Resident Evil 2 Remake, the challenge of beating the game in 2 hours with only 2 saves, that's a fun challenge because the day isn't completely taken over. 2 hours, okay, you may die in the first hour, but you've saved your game, you can repeat. Resident Evil 4 is so lengthy to try and beat, and then with the 15 saves, it kind of puts a lot of pressure, and I'm kind of put off a little bit, but I'm gonna work my way towards it. And I wish I could get confirmation. Can I use the special weapons? I think the infinite launcher you can't, but like Chicago Typewriter, I can't seem to find an answer where it's like you're allowed to use that weapon and then get infinite ammo. So hopefully when I do, I'll finally get into platinum that. And there's a load of other RE games I need to play. I still need to do Resident Evil Remake and Resident Evil 7. I'm still yet to get the plat for that. Now, out of this game, because I was having so much fun, the Grand Guilds game, it's the top-down kind of tactics game where you use cards to make your moves and attack, and I was really having fun, but I had to quit because the game is so broken on Switch. The bugs were just... There was a few bugs that I could handle, but the one that really made me go, I can't play it anymore. I'm stuck. When I'm trying to make a move, so you press the A button to get into your inventory, if I can remember, and it was just playing the card immediately, the first card in the lineup. So instead of pressing A to bring up the hand, it would just go, you played that card, and I thought, it's just a bug, I'll reboot it and jump back into the level. No, it's permanent. It will not give me the option to pick a card. It just keeps picking the first card, and with a game like that, it's very crucial you play the right cards at the right time. And I thought, wow, I can't believe I'm doing this. I have to rage quit. I can't play the game. It's too broken, and I'm really bummed out because I was enjoying the game. It took me a bit of getting used to just get into the game, and such a downer that it's made me go, I gotta give it up. I can't play anymore until they fix it. I can't remember if I mentioned this. I've really trimmed down the video game section of my Hideout series as well, and I'm only really going to talk about games that I've finished. Example like Guilds, where I can't play it anymore because it got a bit too. But just, instead of every episode, I played a little bit more of this game, a little bit more of this game. I want to try and finish them and then talk about them here. And just going on to my Kayne game series, that'll be for new games, like what I've picked up and played. But I'll also do it here as well, because there is a game here that I do want to show that I picked up and I'm very happy to own. But sidetrack, I finally finished Pokemon Sword. Yeah, it took me a couple of years to finally beat it, and I've been kind of catching up on the Pokemon games. I did a Pokemon Sun as well, finally finished a while ago, and thought, now we've got to get into Pokemon Sword and finish that, and I have. And yeah, I had a good time with it, but it doesn't want to make me go and catch them all, unfortunately. But what I want to do is I want to get the next game now, which was Pokemon Arceus, I think, and then Pokemon Violet and Scarlet. If I have I've got to do Pokemon Snap. I might actually finish that first. I got a little bit bummed out with Pokemon Snap because it was just very repetitive, unfortunately. Back onto the Resident Evil. I jumped into the Resident Evil, the Arkley Chronicles, and did Forest Ending Z, and yeah, just to finish that off. And then I learned something from the creator, Lord DJ, that apparently you can beat Yawn, and I need to get into back into the game and see if I can beat Yawn. Alrighty, AEW Fight Forever. I finally picked it up, and yeah, I will say, I love the gameplay. It's so much fun. It's exactly what I've been wanting. Because, yeah, the WWE 2K games were just not cutting it for me anymore. I stopped getting them after 2K19. And I just kind of missed a really fun action arcade wrestling game. And I'm getting that with this. I really enjoying it. And I loved, I've created my wrestling series, Resident Evil Federation. It's very quick, it's fast paced, and the moves it just feels like I'm playing an old wrestling game again. And yeah, I was big on WrestleMania 2000, and not so much No Mercy, but I understood like the engine, and it feels like I am playing WrestleMania 2000 again. It was really cool. And yeah, just unfortunately the Creation Suite, already went over that. Hopefully at some point they will bring more over and tweak it a little bit, but I'm not a fan of the Road to Elite and not being able to customize the attributes of the creative wrestlers. I'll say right now, I've beat the Road to Elite. I've made a character and put her through the Road to Elite, which I'll give them props to that. You're able to make a female wrestler and put them through Road to Elite. Thumbs up. But once you've done it, you've done it. I know there's different branching storylines, but I wasn't a fan of the history modes of... I'll just explain a little bit better. So it's awesome that we're reliving the history of AEW, because I've been there from the beginning, hearing all the press and then the first pay-per-view, and from the beginning I was following it, and then kind of took a break from watching it, because it just felt like I was watching the same thing every time. But I was always keeping up to date with what's been going on and just tuning in on all the updates. CM Punk being fired. But so I was always following AEW more than WWE, and when finally picking up the game, I'm like, oh yeah, can't wait to finally get it. And I wish there was a bit more. I wish there was a season mode instead of it being just playing through the different moments that have happened, because that's what it is. So I kind of sidetracked a little bit. The Road to Elite is just reliving the history, and they've put a few of their little own storylines. My final match was against Miro, who was bullying me backstage and playing pranks on me. But what really bummed me out, my second match was for the women's title, but it didn't seem to matter. My wrestler wasn't wearing the title during the entrance, and it wasn't acknowledged. And So I was a little bit bummed out about that, but hopefully at some point they'll do a season mode where you can create your own what's the word? Your show, custom, etc. You can make your own arena, so you'll be able to create your own show and just make your own universe. Oh, I should have used that universe. Oh, WWE, copyrighted for them. Can they copyright WWE? Oh, WWE Universe, yeah. So I'm gonna keep on, playing the game. Now I got my, my Resident Evil Wrestling series. So hopefully they'll keep adding on to it. One day it will finally be that game that everyone will play. Because at the moment, everyone's already jumping ship. Alrighty, so the game I picked up recently, technically I own it, but not this version. Biohazard. So, Japanese version of Resident Evil, well, it's Biohazard then Resident Evil, and if I got it right, it was because there was a band called Biohazard, so they had to change the name, but yeah, I love Resident Evil 1 so much that I wanted to pick up the Japanese version, and I want to do a playthrough on it at some point, and I couldn't get it to run, unfortunately. I got a Game Shark that can play burned and different region of disk. I was able to get it running, but my capture software could not lock on. It was just it just couldn't handle it, and so I thought, alright, I'll try a different cable, and I bought a new cable to kind of change up, because I was using the Retro Tank. I thought that may have been it. No, it wasn't it, unfortunately, and I think it's because I'm trying to force my PlayStation to play a game it shouldn't be playing, and I think that might be the reason. So what I ended up doing, and I'm kind of moving towards it as well, emulation. I've downloaded the ROM version, and hopefully I can get it going and do a full run for both Jill and Chris. And yeah, I actually didn't think I tried it. I've got the software. I should be able to put the disc into my PC and run it from there. So technically I'm playing the physical. I didn't think to try that. I might give that a test, because I got the game. I got the ROM. Yeah. And yeah, got it going, but I didn't think to try the disc, so I might give that a go at some point. But yeah, really looking forward to it. I thought, out of every game in the series, Resident Evil 1 is my all-time favourite, and I thought I really want to do this version at some point. And it's amazing how, I don't know how much of the in-game is different, but the beginning cutscene is uncensored. It's still black and white, but you see all the gory bits, and especially with Kenneth being eaten, see his head fall down and do that twist, and I will fight this to the day I die. I could swear to you that when our dad hired the PlayStation for the first time and hired out Resident Evil, and me and Luke were only 6, when Joseph's picking up the gun, I could swear to you the hand, you could see that it was detached. It was just the hand onto the gun. And I remember seeing that. It's like Mandela effect, and then playing the game today, you don't see it, and I could swear to you I did, and that's what really freaked me out. I thought, oh my god, and yeah, another Mandela effect for me. Alrighty, to wrap up the video, I've been really busy the last few months going through all my cards and re-sleeving, and I found these on eBay. Hang on, I'll get the other one as well. These really cool folders. Really nice design. So you got the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon on that one, and the Egyptian God cards on that one. And yeah, so originally I bought these big, really nice storage boxes, and just putting my most cherished cards and my favorite cards in them instead of the folders that I got. And then I saw these, and I thought, oh yeah, I'll give it a go. So I bought this one first, see what it's like. And I'll tell you what, I'm actually really happy with how it looks. So on this one, I thought I'll do all my Blue Eyes White Dragons. So I got, the art that I know, and that's close to me. My first ever Blue Eyes White Dragon card. And then the other ones from the Yellow Bee booster box set, or their first art. So you can see where I'm coming from. So I was using this for the blue eyes. And I thought, well, because I've got so much room. Oh, there's all the awesome variants. Then you got your Blue Eyes Ultimate. And because I had a lot of room in them, I thought I'll do like the original 4. So Dark Magician, and Red Eyes, and Dark Magician Girl. So I thought I might keep this for the, the big 4 that, not saying that it's the original 4, but, if I could say the 4 cards that I know or love the most, Blue Eyes, Red Eyes, Dark Magician Girl. Like from my childhood. So I've got plenty of sleeve. I tell you what I will say, it holds 440 cards. Nah, no way. I mean I have double sleeved, but it's the Dragon Perfect sleeve and then one over it. So I've only done a little over half. And it's already really squished, so I don't know why. I mean, look. Very cramped already. So yeah, I don't think it fits 440, but it's enough for your personal collection, and I thought it's a nice folder, and I love the texture. It's very, it's not leather, very I wouldn't even know what you call that. If I figure it out, I'll put it in this video. So yeah, in that one I did that, and you can probably guess what I put in this one. All the Egyptian god cards. And then some, and Exodia, because Egyptian god cards, you can't have, not have the almighty Exodia in there as well. And I don't know what else I'll add into that one. I might do all the video games. So what I'll do with the Xeno box, because it filled up really quick, doing all these cards and just all the, because a Blue Eyes card to me is always going to be a cherished card, and I'll always add it into my favourite collection. So it's kind of narrowed that down a bit. So now I'll have my most favourites in them, and then the ones that I really, when I'm unboxing, go, oh, that's a nice one. That gets a gold sleeve, goes into there. And I still got all my leather folders up there as well. I'm pointing up there, like you all know. And yeah, so I'm almost finished. I'm pretty close, and then I've got to move on to my Pokemon folders re-sleeving, because I want to do the perfect sleeves and then the coloured sleeves over the top. And my Pokemon collection is not that big, so that won't be too long. So yeah, been having fun the last few months doing that. Alrighty, that's the end of this episode, Kayne's Hideout. Tell you what, I'll see you all in 2 years. I joke. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you later.